Good evening, baseball fans. Welcome to JC Sports Replays, where today we'll be playing another Stratomatic 1997 opening day game between the New York Mets and the San Diego Padres. Kind of excited for this game because we've got the Tony Gwynn card being used for the first time. First thing we need to do, though, is find out what the weather's like in good old San Diego. So it's a day game, actually, excuse me. A 16 in San Diego April day is going to be average. So it's a 1-4 for singles and a 10-13 for homers. It's the first average day we've had. We've had nothing but good weather so far. We'll put our little goldenrod weather effects sheet away. Brief introduction of the visiting New York Mets. The Mets lineup tonight is going to be, let's get this right. In center field, Lance Johnson. He's a center field 3+1 E12. Batting second and playing third, Edgardo Alfonso. Alfonso is a 1 E16. Batting third and playing first base, John Olerud. First base 3 E8. Batting fourth and catching behind the plate, Todd Hundley, a catcher 2 with a 0 arm. In right field and batting fifth, Butch Husky. In left field, Bernard Gilkey with a -2 arm. He's a 2 E4. Excuse me there. Batting seventh and playing second base, Carlos Baerga. And batting eighth, an excellent fielding shortstop 1 E14, Ray Ordonez. On the mound for the Mets, and batting ninth, Dave Malicki. The defense today for San Diego, over in left field, it's going to be Ricky Henderson. In center, Steve Finley. In right field, Tony Gwynn. At third base, Ken Caminiti. Playing shortstop, Carlos Gomez. Over at second, Kilvio Veras. And playing first base, Wally Joyner. The battery with John Flaherty behind the plate. And the pitcher today for the San Diego Padres, Andy Ashby. Ashby, 9-11 in 1997, a 4.13 ERA and 30 starts, 207 hits in 201 innings, 49 walks, so pretty good control, 144 strikeouts, and he gave up 17 homers. Ashby will be on the mound to start against the top of the Mets order. Everyone looks ready. The ump says, play ball, and it's time for opening day baseball here in San Diego. All right, Johnson, the left-hander, steps into the box against the right-handed Ashby. Johnson, in 97, being that it's opening day baseball, 307, 16 doubles, 8 triples, 5 homers, 39 runs batted in, 20 stolen bases, and 12 caught stealing. A good leadoff on-base percentage of .370. So here's Ashby pitch to Johnson. That's going to be a 3-7. That's a single to center field. Fielded there by Finley, who throws into second, and Johnson holds with a single. Oh, we got to calculate the hold, so we didn't do that yet. All right, so Ashby is a +4 hold. Flaherty a +1 catcher, so that is a +5, which means that San Diego's actual hold will be a +3/+1 for first and second seal success. All right. Which means Johnson will be a 1-18 if he can get a good lead. So obviously Lance is going to try to get a good lead here against Ashby, who doesn't hold runners very well. So the attempt to get the good lead for Johnson, he needs a 2 through 8, 11, or 12. He rolls a 9, so he doesn't get a good lead. He's still a 1-14 on the second steal chance. But we're going to play a little conservative early on and let Edgardo Alfonso do some hitting. Alfonso Playing third, 315, 27 doubles, 10 homers, 72 runs batted in, 11 stolen bases, and 6 caught stealing, 63 walks to only 56 strikeouts. That's a nice ratio. And Alfonso is a pretty good hit and runner, but we're not going to do it. A 311 hitter, we're going to let him hit away. So Ashby with the pitch. How about a 6'8" right-handed Alfonso? He lofts one out towards center. Finley roams over, no problem, medium deep, and makes the play. So one down. Johnson still perched at first. They're still holding him. And it's John Olerud's turn, the left-handed first baseman. 294 in 97, 34 doubles, 22 home runs, 102 runs batted in, a round 400 on-base percentage with a 489 slugging. He walked 85 times to only 67 strikeouts. Olerud also an excellent hit and runner if we wanted to go there. You know what? Now with one out, we will. So let's get hit and run chart ready. And Ashby with the pitch. With him held on, Olerud's hit and run is an A. That's going to be a 4 on the A. That is going to be a ground ball first base C. So, grounder down to Joyner. He scoops it up, flips to Ashby covering for the second out. Johnson on to second. So, runner in scoring position. What would that have been had we not hit and run? A 2-4 against a right-handed batter would have been a home run. So, hit and run suspect there. But they move the runner into play. Instead of a 2-0 lead, the Mets have a runner in scoring position for Todd Hundley. Power hitting catcher. In 97, Hundley hit .273 with 21 doubles, 30 homers, and 86 runs batted in. A .394 on base and a .549 slugging. A very solid season for Hundley. All right. Ashby is ready on the mound. Righty. Hundley batting left. How about a 5-4 against the left-hander? And that is a walk for Hundley. So Ashby misses. Hard to speak sometimes. And that'll bring up Butch Husky. The oft-maligned Husky had a pretty good season in 97. .287 batting average in 471 at-bats, 26 doubles, 24 homers, 81 runs batted in. On base at .319 to go with a slugging of .503. He only walked 25 times. That's why that on base is so low. So he's got power. And he fits nicely in the 5-hole here. 2 men on. Ashby ready. The righty Husky waits. The pitch is a 5-6. That's going to be a base hit. Double 1 to 2, single 3 to 20. That's a single to center field. Finley again running. He scoops it. Fires to third to hold the runner. Actually fires to second. There's no play at the plate for the speedy Johnson. So Johnson scores, and the Mets have a 1-0 lead on the RBI single by Butch Husky. Husky also has a pretty good steal chance. They will hold him, but with 2 outs, we're not going to try. So Ashby ready now to deal with Bernard Gilkey. The left fielder for the Mets today, a .249 average, 31 doubles, 18 homers, 78 runs batted in. A fair amount of walks for a .338 on-base percentage, despite the low batting average, but he did strike out 111 times. So Ashby's ready. And Gilkey waits for the pitch. How about a 4-7? That's a single 1 to 5, rounded toward third. Could get through. It does not. No problem for the Gold Glove caliber Caminiti. He scoops and fires to Joyner to retire the side. So after half an inning, the Mets have taken a 1-0 lead. Interesting how we rabbit hunted on Olerud, and it could have been 2 or even 3-0. But c'est la vie. So the Mets come off the field and go out on defense, and I should say the Mets take the field, and pitching for New York tonight. Not a good sign if your number 1 starter is Dave Malicki. 1997, Malicki 8-12 with a 4 ERA and 32 starts. 194 innings, 194 hits, 76 walks, raises that whip. 157 Ks and 21 homers, which is pretty average. Malicki throwing right to the Hall of Fame all-time greatest leadoff batter ever, Starting the season in San Diego in '97 is Ricky Henderson. His San Diego stats, 274 in limited play, 288 at-bats, 71 walks to 62 strikeouts, 11 doubles, 6 homers, 27 ribbies, a sparkling .422 on base percentage, and a really nice stolen base percentage, 29 steals, 4 caught. So Ricky ready to lead off. Righty on righty action. Malicky Diaz. That is a 6-12. Grounder second base X. Second baseman for the Mets is Baerga. He's a 3E19. Let's see what that looks like. Where'd that other die go? Oh, it jumped. It jumped again. That's going to be a 1, probably a base hit. A 110 on a 3E19. So that's going to be a single 2. Single 2. So base hit for Henderson to lead things off. And once again, we have to calculate the stealing. So Malicky, also a terrible at holding runners, +4 to go with Hundley with a 0. So that is a straight up +4, which means the Mets holding is a +2, 0, which means Ricky has a 19 success chance, 2-5 to get the good lead. He will try. Ricky will pretty much always try. He does not. That brings up Kilvio Veras. A name I have not heard in these parts in many a year, but here's Veras' stats. 265 in full-time play, 23 doubles, 3 homers, 45 runs batted in, 72 walks to 84 Ks. He stole 33 bases and was caught 12 times. A solid number 2 hitter is Veras. He's a very, very good bunter. They will not be looking for him to bunt here. Will they? No. Not this early. How about a 6-6 Veras batting left-handed? That is a base on balls. So Veras down to first. Henderson moves over to second, and with nobody out, there's 2 men on. And that brings up Tony Gwynn. One of his best seasons in '97. Gwynn hit .372, 49 doubles, 17 homers, 119 runs batted in, 12 stolen bases to 5 steals, 43 walks, and only 28 strikeouts. A .409 on base percentage, but a .547 slugging, which is a very, very good year for Tony. That .372 could threaten .400 if the dice go his way this year. Malicky's ready to face the left-handed Gwynn. The pitch, a 6-5. That's a fly ball out toward left. Gilkey roams over and makes the play. Throws into third. Henderson will hold at second. So 1 away. That brings up the third baseman for San Diego, Ken Caminiti. Caminiti, 290, 28 doubles, 26 homers, 90 ribbies, 389 on base, 508 slugging, a very, very good 80 walk to 118 strikeout ratio. You'd like those strikeouts lower, but those 80 walks help. 11 steals to only 2 caught, so Caminiti with some occasional speed. Selective about his base stealing. He's ready for the pitch from the right-hander Malicky. Caminiti batting from the left side. How about a 5-8? That is a triple 1-8, double 9-20. This one's out toward the gap, and one hops the wall. It's played very cleanly out there by Johnson. But that is a double, no asterisk. So Henderson will score, no problem. Veras rounds third. The question is, will Veras go? Kilvio is no doubt... no, he wasn't being held because Henderson was. So 1-16. So 1-17 for Veras. And the center fielder arm, Johnson, is a 1 that makes it a 1-18. So yeah, we're going to send Veras. It's a pretty good damn chance. Only a 10% chance of being caught there. Veras scores easily ahead of the throw. Caminiti holds at second with a 2-run double. And suddenly San Diego has a 2-0 lead. Caminiti not a great third base stealer, so they will not hold him at second. And that brings up Wally Joyner, the first baseman, left-handed hitter, 327, 29 doubles, 13 homers, 83 runs batted in, 51 walks to go with 51 strikeouts, 390 on base and 486. So Joyner will wait for the pitch from the right-handed Malicky. Here it comes. It's a 6-9 ground ball, second base B. That's to the right side, so that's going to be Who is that going to be? Baerga's going to scoop it up, fire to Olerud for the second out. Caminiti moves to third on the play. All right. And that'll bring up center fielder Steve Finley, a Gold Glove caliber outfielder for San Diego. 261, 26 homers, 26 doubles, 28 home runs, 92 runs batted in. 43 walks to 92 strikeouts, 15 steals, 3 caught stealing, a 475 slugging to go with a not great 313 on base, but at least it's over 3. So 2 down, Caminiti at third. And Finley batting left against Malicki. 1-5 against the right-hander. Home run 1-2, double 3-20. Well, that run's going to score. The only question is this deep enough? It is way back, folks. It is over the right field fence. Husky can only watch. Malicki with a rough first inning as Finley plants this one in the right field stands. A 2-run home run. Finley takes his time trotting around the bases with an opening day homer to make it 4-1 San Diego here in the first. And Malicki does not seem to have it together to start the season. Hope you guys are having a nice Tuesday. We had a lot of snow here in Jersey today. We just kind of took it easy. Did what we had to do. Played it safe. Not too much snow to shovel, just a brief interlude this morning. So, and now we get to play baseball in the evening. So, with that being said, Finley rounds the bases. There's 2 outs, and John Flaherty, the catcher, comes up. Flaherty, 273, 21 doubles, 9 homers, 46 runs batted in, 33 walks to 62 Ks, an occasional stolen base, a 323 on base, and a 387 slugging. There's nobody on, 2 outs. Malicki resets. He will try to get out of this first inning. How about a 4-7 against the righty Flaherty? And he does. He strikes out Flaherty, painting the corner. But San Diego puts up 4. We go to the second. Mets coming up, trailing the Padres by 3. Ashby regains the mound with a nice 3-run lead to go with. He will face Baerga, Ordonez, and Malicki, the 7-8-9. All right, Ashby is ready to face Baerga. Baerga's stats real quick: 281, 25 doubles, 9 home runs, 52 runs batted in. 311 on base, 396 slugging. He stole 2, but was caught 6 times, so cut that out, Carlos. Only 20 walks with 54 strikeouts. So he doesn't strike out too much, but he also doesn't walk a lot. He's a free swinger. Baerga ready for the pitch from Ashby. That's a 1-2 against the right-hander. Ground ball down to first base. Joyner fields it and flips to Ashby, 1 away. Try to do this instead. Here's the shortstop batting 8th for Ordonez. His first time up today. He's a 216 hitter. Not in there for his bat, obviously. 5 doubles, 3 triples, 1 homer, 33 runs batted in. 18 walks to 36 strikeouts. He did steal 11, but was caught 5. One of the worst offensive cards you'll see this year, folks. A 255 on base and a 256 slugging. Thank God Ray had a good glove, huh? So Ashby ready to deal to the right-hander Ordonez. And it's a 3-9. Grounder down to short. Should be no problem for Gomez. He scoops it. Fires to Joyner. 2 away. All right. Now the pitcher Malicki due to bat. He bats right-handed, and we have no idea what his stats are. We don't care. Ashby just wants to get him out. Ashby with the pitch, a 1-3. That's a grounder down to second. No problem for Veras. He picks it up and fires to Joyner. A 1-2-3 inning here for Ashby. That's what you're supposed to do after your team gives you a lead. And Ashby does. So we'll head to the bottom of the second. San Diego looking to lengthen their lead. Leading off for San Diego will be number 8, shortstop Chris Gomez. 253, 19 doubles, 5 homers, 54 ribbies. He struck out 114 times to 53 walks, was caught more times than he stole, and had an even on-base and slugging of 326. So he's like a somewhat better version of Ordonez at the plate and worse in the field. But who isn't worse than Ordonez in the field, huh? All right. Here's Malicki. about a 4-4 right-handed? Ground ball shortstop X. He will test Ordonez. A 1E14. It's hard to believe Ray ever makes a mistake, but he does, because he gets to so many balls. There's a 15-9. That's a G1. G1, nothing. So Ordonez takes the roller, fires it over to Olerud for the first out. Gomez retired. And the pitcher, Ashby, coming up. Ashby, a right-hander. The pitcher's hitting 1. He's ready for the pitch from Malicki. How about a 110? Well, we know the result of that on a pitcher hitting 1. Like most of the results, it's a strikeout. 2 away. And that brings it back to the top of the order. Ricky, he's 1 for 1 on the day with a run scored back in the first, leading off the game. Malicki will deal. How about a 3-8? And you don't want to do that. He walks Wiki Henderson on 5 pitches. Wiki. Good old Wiki. All right. Henderson, of course, will try to get a lead. A 7. No lead for Ricky today. With 2 outs, he's got a what chance here? There's a 1-13. He's going to go for it. Ricky goes and steals it easily. Henderson's first stolen base of the season. They'll keep him close at second. That'll bring up Veras. Veras walked and scored a run his first time up. Malicki with the pitch. 1-8 against the right-hander. That's a ground ball to short. That's going to be a 6-3 to end the inning. So nothing doing for San Diego. The Mets will come up here in the top of the third with the top of the order, Johnson, Alfonso, and Olerud. Johnson 1 for 1 with a run scored. The Mets' only run thus far. Ashby delivers. Let's get him a little closer here. How about a 6-7 against the left-hander? Ground ball, second base, X. Veras a 3E13. That's a 2-10. Again, probably a base hit. Single 2. Just a single. No error on the play, so a single for Lance Johnson. And you know he's going to try to get a lead against the terrible battery here of Ashby and Flaherty. How about a 2? That's going to be good for the lead. 15 plus 3. That's a 1-18. Johnson will be safe on a 1-18. He's in there with a stolen base. So Lance doing his best Ricky Henderson impersonation. He'd be a 1-14 to steal third, but let's hold off on that for now. See if Alfonso can do something. Alfonso flew out to center his first time up, 0 for 1. Ashby ready. How about a 4-6 against the right-hander? That is a strikeout, Ashby, with a nice curve over the outside corner. Froze Alfonso. And there's one down. That brings up Olerud. John 0 for 1 today. Here's the pitch. It's a 1-9 against the right-hander. Hit by a pitch. It came in inside and plunked him. So Olerud trots down to first. Gives Ashby a glare. And that'll bring up the slugger Hundley, who walked his first time up. Ashby delivers. Hundley waits. That's cocked, so let's re-roll that. That's a 1-8. Strikes him out. He's working that inside corner against these right-handers, or left-handers, excuse me. Seems like a bad idea, but it's working so far. I'll bring up Husky. First and second, 2 outs. Here's Husky. Singled and has an RBI his first time up. How about a 6-5? Ground ball, shortstop X. That's going to be Gomez, a 3E17. How about a 12-17? 12 on a 3 is a G2, and an E17 is an E2. G2, E2. So obviously, it's an E6 on Gomez. The run will score. Everybody moves up 2 bases. So Johnson comes around for the Mets' second run. Cuts the deficit to 4-2, and now the Mets have second and third as Gomez threw the ball away. That brings up Bernard Gilkey. Gilkey 0 for 1, grounded out his first time up to end the first. Ashby ready. The pitch, a 4-9 against the right-hander. That's a single. That's going to score both runs and tie the game, folks. Nothing you can do about that. A single, 2 asterisks. Gilkey with 2 RBIs. And now he's got a decent chance at stealing the base. Might be seeing a lot of bullpen action in this game, guys. So Gilkey has an 8. That's caught immediately, I believe. Let me double check how that works. I think it's picked off, right? Or is that automatically caught? It's been a while since I played Super Advanced. Do some quick reading here. Automatically out stealing. Okay, so he is caught stealing. That's going to be a, let's see. Caught stealing 2-4. And that will end the inning. But the Mets get 3 big runs. Viaga will still be leading off when they come back up. And is now tied at 4. So Malicki back to work. He's got renewed life here. It's all tied up. And he doesn't want to go on the mound, but he will. He's going to face Gwynn, Caminiti, and Joyner. The heart of this order. Gwynn flew out to left his first time up. There's the pitch from Malicki, a 1-5. It's a right-hander. That's hit out towards center field. That's going to drop in. Johnson chases it down, but Gwynn is in with a stand-up double. So Tony on second with nobody out, and here's Caminiti. Caminiti a double, 2-run double, and came around to score back in the first. Malicki not looking strong today. Here's the pitch. How about a 3-3? Grumble back to the pitcher. He's going to look Gwynn back to second and throw to first for the out, but Caminiti might be hurt. Yep, that is a possible injury for Caminiti, a 4. I think he's going to be okay. Yep, that's the last number in the OK range on the Super Advanced injury chart, so Caminiti stays in the game, but he's out, and Gwynn remains at second. That'll bring up Joyner. 0 for 1 so far today. Here's the pitch from Malicki. That's just a house rule I have, folks. If it rolls outside the box here, when I'm using the box, then it's a reroll of the die that's outside the box. That's just how I do it. Keeps it fair. Never any doubts. Also reroll if the dice is ever cocked. So, if it lands on the lip, that's in play. I've played those before. But if it leaves the dice rolling tray, then it's a reroll. That's a 1-7, but wait, we have a 2, so that's a possible balk. Right? Yep. So Malicki balks on a 1. We got to roll a 20. Nope, no balk. Now we have to re-roll the 3 dice. So Joyner waits for the pitch. It's a 4-6 against the left-hander. Fly ball out toward right. It's going to be no problem for Husky. And Gwynn will hold at second. 2 down. Here's Steve Finley. Finley with a big 2-run homer his first time up. He'd love to do it again. But all he needs is a base hit to get a run, probably. The pitch from Malicki, a 5-9 against the left-hander. He gets revenge on Finley, strikes him out to end the inning. So, nothing doing for the Mets, for the Padres, excuse me, here in the third. Finley retired, and we have a tie game as we head to the fourth. Okay, it's going to be Maerga, Ordonez, and the pitcher Malicki here in the fourth inning. All right, Ashby ready to deliver to Maerga. How about a 2-6? That's a single up the middle for Maerga. His first base hit of the season. And he's got a decent chance of stealing, but he's also got a decent chance of getting caught here. We might hit and run with Ordonez. It's going to make him a B, and Ray's a terrible hitter, so hit and run makes sense. We're going to do that. Ashby pitches. It's a 6-6 on the hit and run, so we'll go to the pitcher card anyway. Hey, it's a single. A single to center. Baerga round second. Do we want to send him for third? He's only a 1-10, so we're going to hold him up. But first and second. And Malicki do the bat. Well, the corners are going to come in because you can bet this is going to be a bunt. Alright, so he is a bunting D as a result of that. Ashby with the pitch. Have a 4-6 on the bunt. That's a D, so 4 means the first baseman would have fielded. 6 means defense. Let's see, batter draft out of bunt. Because after throwing the batter out at first, we're trying to throw out the lead runner. Hit the leader on a safe range is running speed -4 plus the fielder's defensive rating. So we just established that Baerga's a 1-10, right? First baseman, that would make -4 makes it a 6, and the 2 makes it an 8. You know what? I almost never do this, but that's low enough. We're going to try to get him. So Baerga will be safe at third on a 1-8, right? As Joyner picks it up and fires to Caminetti. Baerga's in there. So the fielder's choice. They opt to try to take the risky out and end up with the bases loaded. That is not good news for Ashby. 4-4 game here. And Lance Johnson coming up. The corners will remain in because Johnson has speed and could drop down a bunt here. They want to cut off that go-ahead run. Ashby ready. That is a possible balk. He does not balk. 0 chance, so re-roll the dice. How about a 6-9 left-handed? That's a fly ball out towards center. Finley roams over. He's going to make the catch, but this is going to be deep enough for Baerga to trot home. He will throw to third to avoid the runners moving up. But the Mets take a 5-4 lead. And Ashby not having his best stuff today, but he's keeping it close, so they're going to stay with him. You don't want to dip into your bullpen in the 4th inning of the opening day game if you don't have to, right? Here's Alfonso. He's 0 for 2 on the day so far. The pitch. Oops, I got to roll the 20. Let's recap the situation. First and second, Alfonso waits for the pitch. A 2-5 against the right fielder. Fly ball right field B, question mark. I am not going to threaten to go to third. Alfonso's out for the second out, and that brings up Olerud. 0 for 1. A run scored. He was hit by a pitch back in the third. This pitch from Ashby is a 5-8 left-hander. This is lofted out towards center. Should be no problem for Finley, and it's not. He takes it in. Oop. Am I actually going too many outs here? Oh no, he's safe. Yep, he was safe on the fielder's choice. So that will end the inning, though. The Mets pick up the go-ahead run. Take a 5-4 lead going into the bottom of the 4th. Malicki back to the mound with a lead that he didn't expect to have today. And it will be the bottom of the Padres order. Flaherty, Gomez, and Ashby. Flaherty 0 for 1 with a K so far. Here's the pitch. That's a 1-5. Base hit for Flaherty, right up the middle. He's a 13. That would make him a 15. You know what? Flaherty's going to try to get in scoring position. Doesn't have a very good chance. A 7. He needed a 2-5. So Flaherty cannot get a lead. And here's Gomez. The pitch from Malicki, a 4-8 against the right-hander. Grounded down to short. Ordonez scoops it, flips to Baerga at second, and on to Olerud at first to complete the 6-4-3 double play. So nice defensive play there by the Mets. Taylor-made double play. Good job by Malicki keeping that ball on the ground. And here is the pitcher, Ashby. Pitch from Malicki. How about a 2-6? Guess what? Strikeout. So nothing doing for the Padres. We go to the 5th, tied at 4. Mets leading 5-4. All right, That'll bring up Hundley. He's 0 for 1, walking a strikeout. That one's a runaway. How about a 2-9 against the right-hander? Strikes him out. Here's Husky. Husky, 1 for 2 on the day. He reached on an error and has an RBI and a run scored. 4-7 against the right-hander. Single 1-5 or ground ball third base B. That's a grounder down to Caminiti, who picks it up and fires to Joyner to retire Husky for the second out. And that'll bring up Gilkey. Gilkey 1 for 2. A couple of runs driven in, and he was caught stealing to end the inning back in the third. Oops. Runaways. How about a 1-6? Ground ball down to second base. Scooped by Veras and flipped to Joyner to retire the side. A 1-2-3 inning for Ashby. He needed that. We head to the bottom of the fifth. The Padres will try to make up this one-run deficit. Both starters. Actually, Malicki's POW is 6, so he's got at least another inning, and Ashby's is a 7. Here's Henderson. Reached base both times so far, a walk and a single. Scored a run and stole a base. Malicki deals. It's a 6-7. Another base hit for Henderson. Goes the opposite way to right field. Scooped up out there by Husky, but Ricky's safe, and you know he's going to try to get that lead as always. He needs a 2-5 for the good lead. He's got it, so he's a 1-19. Swipes it easily. Now Ricky's out at second. If he got a good lead, he could steal again, but this time Veras is going to go ahead and lay down a bunt. Corners are in, so it's going to be a B. Is this the right thing? Yes. Oops. Let's see, this sacrifice will be a 4-3. So first baseman will field, and Veras' bunting is going to be a B, right? Yep. He goes from an A to B because the infield is, the corners are in. That's going to be a successful sack. So Olerud fields, flips to Malicki to retire Veras, but Henderson moves to third. So Ricky on third, they're not holding him. I mean, that'd be a lot. And then Tony Gwynn coming up. He's 1 for 2, doubled his last time up. The pitch to Gwynn. 6-11. Left-hander ground ball, first base B. Would we have the infield in? Probably. The corners would still be in, I think, against Gwynn. So let's see how that works out. Runner on third. Batter safe. The lead runner is out. We fire home to get Henderson. So Olerud will fire home. And Hundley applies the tag. Henderson is out. Gwynn will reach on the fielder's choice. And that worked out just right. Well, here's Tony. He's going to try to get in scoring position because nobody can hold anybody on. He's got a good lead. And he will be a 1-18. Steal second. And he's just in there. Gwynn with his first stolen base. And now here's Caminiti. A 2-run double back in the first, 1 for 2 on the day. How about a 4-9? Caminiti batting left. That's normal home run 1-5, double 6-20. This could be a game changer. Well, it's a double. Gwynn comes around and scores. And Caminiti with a RBI double, his third ribby of the day. And the game is all tied at 5 here in the bottom of the fifth. Wally Joyner coming up. He's 0 for 2. How about a 4-11? That's a ballpark single. Left-hander's only a 1 chance here in San Diego. Never mind. It's a line drive to the second baseman, Baerga, to end the inning. But through 5, we are knotted at 5 apiece. Probably going to start seeing some pitch hitters. In fact, Malicki's due to bat this inning, and with the tie game, and he's not pitching great, they're going to go ahead and set up a pinch hitter. So Malicki's day is done after just 5. We'll take him out of the lineup over here. And the pinch hitter will be situation dependent, so we'll wait and see, right? But Baerga leading off, 1 for 2 runs scored. 5-4. Batting left. That is a base on balls. Either way, a base on balls. So Baerga's on. Again, not a great stolen base guy. Well, we will hit and run with Ordonez again. It'll be a 2-4. So 4 on a hit and run B. It's going to be a ground out to first, but it'll move the runner. Okay, so once again, Joyner flips to Ashby. Baerga moves into scoring position. And now we need a pinch hitter. Let's see who the Mets have available to go against the right-handed Ashby. Ochoa, Everett, always a possibility. Luis Lopez, pretty strong against right-handers. Manny Alexander, solid. Got some solid hitters here. Matt Franco. We're going to go with the lefty Franco. Lefty Matt Franco comes to the plate. If you were curious, folks, 276 and 163 at bats, 5 doubles, 5 homers, 21 ribbies, a 330 on base to go with a 399 slugging. Franco, a capable hitter. Baerga in scoring position with 1 out. We should note that Franco is the pinch hitter. And here's the pitch from Ashby. It's going to be a 6-8 against the left-hander. Ground ball, second base B. It's to the right side, no problem. There for Veras, who fires to Joyner. And Baerga moves on to third. So Franco will leave him like that to note that he needs to be replaced at the end of the inning. Or stay in the game as a fielder, but probably not. That'll bring up Johnson. He's 2 for 2 on the day. 2 runs scored, a stolen base, an RBI, and a sac fly. A base hit here will give the Mets the lead. The pitch from Ashby is a 5-4. Well, that's not a base hit, but Johnson does a good job being disciplined and lays off for the walk. So now it's first and third. With 2 outs, Johnson not going to risk getting caught stealing, even though the risk is small. Flaherty's throwing, he's got an 8, but that's a pretty slim error chance. Have to roll that 1-3 first on the caught stealing, so, or on the stolen base attempt, I should say. So here on the top of the 6th, all knotted. Mets have runners at first and third. Baerga on third, Johnson on first. A very good hitter, Alfonso, comes up. He's still looking for his first hit today, 0 for 3. And Ashby deals. How about a 2-7? That's clutch. I think that means he's going to get the job done, because that's an out. Two outs with at least run runner on second or third. If the reading's any type of out, make it a single 2 asterisks. That's what I thought. It's been a while. That's the first time we've rolled clutch in this project. So, it's going to be a base hit for Alfonso. The Mets are going to take the lead. Johnson's going to get over to third, but most importantly, Baerga comes home to score an RBI single for Alfonso. And the Mets lead 6-5. So, first and third now. And Olerud comes to the plate. 0 for 2, a run scored on a hit by pitch earlier. Ashby still in the game here. But a 5-4 against the lefty, and that's a base on balls. And that'll load the bases. And that might be it for Ashby. Well, he's due to bat in the next inning. And frankly, he's not fatigued yet, because he's a 7. Despite giving up all these runs, he's scattered them around pretty good. So, he's going to pitch to Hundley, because I have a slow hook a lot of the time. Here's the pitch. That's a real slow hook, right? 6-8. Grounder down to second, no problem for Veras. Picks it up, flips to Joyner to retire the side. The Mets leave 3, but they do get the run and take the lead. So we'll go to the bottom of the inning. The Mets now leading 6-5. Let's see who's going to come in for the Mets. Well, Franco, what I really want to know is Matt Franco can play third, first, left. Right, so we have catcher. We could put him in for Olerud, but that seems like overkill. So now we're gonna pull Franco and we're gonna find a 1-inning pitcher, I think. So Franco's out. And who's gonna come on the mound for the Mets? Well, it depends who's coming up. We've got the lefty Finley, who has more power against right-handers, actually. I think we're going to try to find a left-hander, but let's see who we got. Well, obviously we're not going with Franco yet. It's only the 6th. Could go with Michael. But I'd like to save him for setup. Lytle, better against righties. Acevedo, not bad. Crawford, he's a lefty, but he doesn't. Look at that big ballpark home run number right in the middle there. And Takashi Kashiwara. Well, he's not great either. So we're actually going to go with, I think we're going to go Corey Lytle. Yep. So Lytle's going to come in to pitch for New York. Makes him a 1. Ashby's still in the game as of now. Sorry, just getting my cards sorted here. And San Diego will come out and send Finley, Flaherty, and Gomez to the plate to face Lytle. So Finley, 1 for 2 with a homer. How about a 6-6? That's a grounder to second. No problem for Baerga. Over to Olerud for the first out. Mets need some good bullpen work here if they're going to hang on and win this one. Just catcher Flaherty. A little early for pinch hitting for the catcher. So 4-10. That's a ballpark single. Right-hander, it's a 1-4. And it's a 3. So that is a single for Flaherty, his second hit of the day. And that brings up Gomez. Now Flaherty, again, sneaky steal chance. It's 2-5-10. Well, we did change pitchers, so hold on. -3. Okay, so Mets actually really improved their holding here to -3. Actually, excuse me, -5, -7. Once we add the hold percentage. So Flaherty's being held. He will not be stealing with a -5. And that brings up Gomez. 1 out, Flaherty on first. Lytle delivers to Gomez. 4-7 right-hander. And Gomez is down on strikes. 2 away. Ashby due to hit. You can bet that's not happening. So Ashby goes 6. And we will have a pinch hitter for San Diego. Now let's see who they've got available. No, it's not going to be the catcher, Hernandez. We got a little righty on the mound. It could be Flint. Yeah, we're going to go with Plantier. Phil Plantier, good left-handed bat. All right, so Plantier's in the box. Lytle waits, and he's ready to deliver. Flaherty on first, 2 outs. How about a 1-4? That is a strikeout. That would be clutch, but nobody's in scoring position. So, Lytle gets through the inning. Plantier will be done, actually. And we pulled Ashby, so the Padres will need a new pitcher. Put Ashby back in his rotation spot. There we go. So the Mets have, a righty, 2 righties and a switch coming up, so we're going to look for a righty. Somebody who can keep it close. Could be Birdman. He has some length, too. How's his ERA and stuff, though? I don't even know. Oh, 6.09, so that's not the guy you want to go with. Kanane, not great. Botchler. Botchler, not terrible. Brewski better, but not when they're trailing. So we're going to go with Doug Botchler for San Diego. Oh, by the way, this was Lytle was an RP3E0. And what's his fatigue rating? A 3. So Lytle can give them a couple innings here. Botchler is an RP3E48. Not a good fielder. CHTLER. So Botchler on the mound. He's taken his warm-up tosses and he's ready to face Koski, Gilkey, and Baerga. Here's Husky. Mets holding on to a 1-run lead. How about a 2-3 grounder to first? No problem. 1 away. That'll bring up Gilkey. He's 1 for 3. A couple of runs batted in. 1-2 fly ball out to right. Gwynn roams over and puts it away for the second out. Here's Baerga. He's 1 for 2 with 2 runs scored and a walk today. Having a 6-9 batting lefty. Triple 1 to 4, double 5 to 20. That's a double for Baerga. He'll pull in the second ahead of the throw. And the Mets are threatening with 2 outs and a runner in scoring position, but it's Ray Ordonez coming up, and with a lead, you know they're not taking him out. So, in a weird way, you'd hope he gets out here. Well, you'd prefer the run, but you wouldn't mind using Lytle for another inning instead of pinch hitting. In any case, Botchler, ready to deliver to Ordonez. How about a 6-6 right-hander? Well, it's a base on ball, so now we've got a decision to make. And when a 1-run game, it's a pretty easy decision. There's more pitchers in the bullpen. Lytle's day is done. Does that take him off the stack over out of camera view here?
Axel mounts bay window.
By the way, Botchler is a 1 hitter, so we're going to put that there. And we need a pinch hitter for New York. It's the righty Botchler. It's going to be, I don't think we have any more lefties on the bench. It's going to be Carl Everett, switch hitter. So there's your C. Lytle's done. Here's your pinch hitter. And it is Carl Everett. So Everett steps up to the plate. Taps the dirt off his shoes. Where that got on there, I have no idea, because he hasn't been doing anything, but except sitting on the bench. But Botchler's ready to pitch to the switch-hitting lefty Everett. First and second at 2 outs. Here's the pitch from Botchler. That's a 3-4. Fly ball out to right. Should be no problem for Gwynn, and it's not. Retires the side here in the 7th. And we go to the 7th inning stretch. Is it 7th or 8th? 7th, yeah. Everett's going to have a seat. And Botchler will stay in the game. The Mets will need a new pitcher to face the top of the San Diego Padres order.
It's going to be that one.
You'd like to get somebody in here who can go 2. Probably means it's time for McMichael. We're going to go Greg McMichael for New York. All right, so he is our D. RP2E0 with a 2. Brief sip here to wet the whistle. Hope you guys are having a good evening, good day, whenever you're watching this. Very relaxing to play some baseball after work. Even more relaxing to watch baseball sometimes. And even better if you can do both. So Henderson's up. He's reached base all 3 times today. And he's the best threat they have. The Mets hanging on to a 6-5 lead as we go into the bottom of the 7th. We've been taken out to the ball game for the 7th inning stretch. McMichael's ready to go. Henderson waits. The pitch. 2-9. Fly ball out toward the left. That's going to be no problem for Gilkey. He puts it away for the first out. First time they've retired Henderson all day. Put that in the wrong spot. Julio Veras, 0 for 2, a run and a walk today. 1-8. Grounder down to short, no problem for Ordonez. Fires to Olerud and plenty of time to retire the speedy Veras. 2 quick outs for McMichael. And here's Gwynn. Tony's 1 for 3 today, a run scored, a double, and a steal. How about a 2-7? Fly ball out towards center, no problem for Johnson. It's in his glove, and the inning's over. So McMichael with a 1-2-3 7th. And we creep closer to the end of this opening day game. The Mets hanging on to a 6-5 lead. Bottler returns to the mound to face the top of the Mets order here in the 8th. It'll be Johnson. He's perfect today. 2 base hits, a walk, and a sac fly. 2 runs scored, an RBI, and a stolen base. It's been a tale of the leadoff men today. Johnson having a slightly better day than Henderson, actually. And Bottler. That's Babe muttering to herself over there.
I'm sorry, honey.
You're fine. That is she's playing her power washing simulator. She has deigned to put on Bluetooth headphones so you guys don't hear the constant sound of power washing, which sounds like a fan in the background. Very, very nice lady. So let's see. Bottler deals. That is a 1-3. Ground ball is short. Gomez scoops it. These guys do a lot of scooping today. And fires over 2. Who the hell's the first baseman? Joyner. A little tired. For the first out. Oh, but that was an injury possibility for Johnson, I believe. 1-3. Is the right-hander? Yep. Possible injury for Lance Johnson. Nope, he's a 4. Once again, saved from injury just by the fairest of hairs. Well, that'll bring up Alfonso. He's 1 for 4 with an RBI today. The pitch from Bottler is a 5-10. Ballpark single. For a right-hander, that's a 1-4. Nope. That'll be a line drive to the shortstop Gomez for the second out. So, top of the 8th, 2 down. Here's Olerud. 0 for 2. A walk, hit by pitch, and a run scored today for Johnny. Bats left and waits for the pitch. 2-6. Double 1-3, single 4-20. That's going to be a base hit for Olerud. He goes the opposite way. And he has himself a single. 2 outs, and that'll bring up Hundley. Hundley 0 for 3, walked and struck out 2 times. The pitch from Bottler. How about a 5-5 batting left? Hundley down on strikes. Bottler gets him. And the Mets do nothing here in the 8th. The Padre is coming, still trailing by 1, and McMichael comes back out to face Caminiti, Joyner, and Finley. A lot of power here in the heart of this Padres lineup. Caminiti, 2 doubles today, 3 runs scored and a run. 3 runs driven in and a run scored. He waits for the pitch from McMichael here in the bottom of the 8th, trailing by 1. So 1-10. That's a ballpark homer chance. Caminiti batting left. That'll be a 1-10. A 4. It's a game-tying home run. Deep into the left field seats. Caminiti showcasing that power. And he ties the game at 6 here in the bottom of the 8th. McMichael hung that one a little bit, and Caminiti didn't miss it. So, it's a brand new ball game, folks. All knotted at 6. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 8th for the Padres, and it's Joyner coming to the bat. He's 0 for 3 today. A 5-9 against the left-hander. Joyner down on strikes, so McMichael comes right back and reestablishes himself. Here's Finley. He homered earlier, 1 for 3. 1-8. Triple 1-4 single. Got some offense on these teams, folks. Finley with a base hit. And he's a 19. -5. Still a decent chance. He'd be a 14 if we get a good lead. He needs a 7 to get a good lead. He rolls a 12. Never mind. So Finley held close by McMichael. And that'll bring up John Flaherty. Flaherty, 2 base hits today as my dog is alerted to something in the neighborhood. And he's pacing the floor. And now barking under his breath. Uh-oh, the other one's growling too. Dog number 1 and dog number 2 getting ready to go at it. What's the matter, Oskies?
They heard them plowing.
They heard them plowing. The plows are out there, folks. Clearing up the last of the snow for the day, I hope. Anyway, back to our game. Finley on first, being held closely. 1 out and Flaherty to bat. The pitch from McMichael. That's a possible... it's not a wild pitch, right? It's a possible pass ball. Let's see. Hundley's pass ball chances 1-2. This is not a pass ball, so we re-roll the 3 dice. The pitch to Flaherty is a 5-4. It's a base on balls. And McMichael is now fatigued, so that's going to be the end of the day for him. Not good news for the Mets. We've got Gomez coming up, and then most likely a pinch hitter if it gets that far. I'm going to go with Acevedo. Mijay. That's my other puppy, growling at the world. Alright, so that's an E. Michael is out. RP3, E31 for Acevedo. He has some length though, which, hey, it's a tie game. We might need that. And that brings up Gomez. Runners on first and second, 1 down. Mets would love a double play here. Acevedo deals. How about a 3-7? Well, strikeout's pretty good too. Second out as Gomez sits down. Grab some pine, son. Acevedo was pumped up coming into the game there. Well, Bottler's going to come out. And we'll have a pinch hitter for him once we get things situated. So that's going to be C. Who's going to pinch hit against the righty Acevedo? Let's find out. Probably not Jones. Do have Greg Vaughn available. Doesn't make a lot of contact though. Shipley's not bad. Archie Cianfrocco, also not bad. And we don't want to use Carlos Hernandez as the catcher, so we're actually going to go with Craig Shipley as the pinch hitter here. All right. That was on first and second, 2 outs. It's Shipley coming to the plate. He'll bat righty against the righty, but feels pretty confident. Looks like he bats better against righties. He's going to be a 5-6. Well, not this time he doesn't. Down on strikes. But the Padres tied up. We'll head to the 9th. Tied at 6. New York comes out with Husky, Gilkey, and Baerga due to bat. Who will be the pitcher? Well, there's no save opportunity, so guess what, folks? They're going to have to deal with Trevor Hoffman. Oops. Relief pitcher 4, E18. He can go a couple innings if he needs to. It was a different game back in '97. He will try to put the Mets down so the Padres have a chance to win it in the bottom of the 9th. Tied at 6. Top of the 9th. Husky leading off for the Mets against Hoffman. The pitch. A 3-8. Double 1 to 17. Single. He just gets the double. He's going to rattle this one off the wall. And Husky into second ahead of the throw. Well, that's interesting. This brings up Gilkey. Hoffman with the pitch to Gilkey. What a 6-3. Fly ball left field X. Henderson is out there. A 3-E-15. Ricky tracking the ball. Uh-oh. A 2-15 on a 3-15 does not sound good. That is going to be a double 2. It's left field, right? That is a double for Gilkey. So back-to-back doubles by the Mets off Hoffman. Go figure, folks. The Mets have a 7-6 lead. And John Franco warming in the bullpen. So still nobody out. Hoffman now to deal to Baerga. That was a good foul ball. That one ended up on my chair. How about a 6-3? Batting left. Another fly ball out there to Henderson. This is not any better. A 1-16 against a 3-15. That's a double 3. So back-to-back doubles, Baerga doubles. Gilkey around to score. The Mets now have a 2-run lead. Doing my best and worst Howie Rose impersonation. And Ray Ordonez due to bat. We might have a bunt here. The corners are in waiting for it. It is a bunt. Ordonez will be a B. 2-10. Where's my bunting? These charts are clunky, but they're very useful. So, sacrifice bunt B. 2 indicates it's a pitcher fielding it, and a 10 on the B. It's probably not good. He pops out. So Ordonez pops out to the pitcher. And now we will have a pinch hitter for Acevedo. So Juan Acevedo in line to get the win if the Mets can hold on to this one. They are not done. They would like to add to it. Who's going to hit against Hoffman here? Who's going to hit against Hoffman here? It's going to be Luis Lopez. All right, so Lopez in the box. Baerga on second, 1 down. Hoffman not having a good outing to start his 2017 campaign. How about a 2-10? Well, there's another double off Hoffman, if you can believe it. 4 doubles in the inning off Hoffman. The Mets score their 3rd run as Baerga comes all across the plate. Lopez with a nice piece of hitting, and Hoffman is done. 3 deep now. The Padres are going to go ahead and throw Sean Bergman out there to try to mop this one up and get the hell out of here. Live to die another day. So RP4E44. He can go distance if they need to, but here we just probably need him to get 2 outs, and let's, by some miracle, San Diego can tie it up in the bottom of the 9th. So Johnson do. Lopez perched at second, 1 out. And Bergman's warm-up tosses are complete. He's ready to deal to Lance Johnson. How about a 5-9? Strikes him out. So that's 2. Go figure. Hoffman gives up 4 doubles. Bergman strikes out Lance Johnson. And there's 2 outs now. Here's Alfonso with a runner in scoring position. With a 4, that's cocked. 4-8 against the right-hander. Triple 1 to 7, double 8 to 20. 5th double of the inning. And Lopez scores. Alfonso with an RBI double, his second RBI of the day. And things have gone south for San Diego in a hurry here in the 9th. Mets have a pretty good hitting team. Still 2 outs. Bergman trying to get out of this inning. Here's Olerud. How about a 2-8? Single 1 to 13 or a line out to second? That's a single. Alfonso stops at third. So it's first and third, 2 outs now for Todd Hundley. Here's Hundley. The pitch. 2-8. This one was close all day, folks, but now it's gotten a little out of hand. But they finally get out of the inning. Bergman strikes out Hundley. But 4-run score here in the 9th for the Mets. And the new pitcher will be John Franco. It's not a safe situation, but because of that 4th run, but they want to put this one away. So Lopez comes out of the game. And it'll be at the top of the order for San Diego to face Franco. Well, let's get Franco in the game first. Oh, this is Matt Franco. And over here we have John Franco. He is a RP2, E0, and a 1/6. No closer situation here. But he will face Ricky Henderson to lead things off. 2-9 against the left-hander. Right? Franco's a lefty. Strikes him out. Franco not messing around. Strikes out Henderson to start the inning. 1 down. Padres need to get something going quick here. Here's Veras. How about a 2-6? Grounded back to Franco. He fires to Olerud. No problem. 2 down quickly. And the last Padres hope to keep things alive is Tony Gwynn. Lefty on lefty here. Franco ready. Gwynn waits. Bat waving slightly. With a 5-9. He strikes out Tony Gwynn. Franco had it going tonight, folks. A 1-2-3 inning to end the game. The New York Mets prevail here in the over the San Diego Padres in Jack Murphy Stadium on opening day by a score of, what is that? 1, 3, that's 4, 5, 6, 10-6. The winning pitcher is going to be Acevedo. Franco with the save. The loser is going to be not Bergman, but Hoffman. So the Mets now 1-0. The Padres 0-1. A lot of hitting stars for the day here. But all those guys who hit 5 doubles in the 9th inning for New York, those are the real stars. A hell of a rally by the Mets to capture the victory here on opening day. Folks, thanks for joining me today. My name is Joe. This has been JC Baseball Replays, bringing you some 1997 Stratomatic opening day action. Hope you have a good time and a good evening. See you soon.